This video is brought to you by me. If you want to support me beyond liking and subscribing, check out my book, Exalted. It's a dark and gritty fantasy full of magic and mystery, just like you're about to see here. The link's down in the description below. Now let's dive into some PvP action. Played some yesterday and it just wasn't. I may just delete all those videos just because I was way too tilted. Like, the games went incredibly poorly. I dropped like 150 rating on my monk sub 2k, and I just ended up being like really frustrated, logging off, and just came back like 24 hours later to play some on an alt. So I don't know if I'll release those videos or not, just because I was you get tilted, then you get toxic. At least I do. So I don't really know if I want to release those videos. I may not, or I may, and just realize that like sometimes I get annoyed and frustrated. Trying not to. Trying not to. That's key here. It's just a game. My rating doesn't really matter. Your rating isn't the absolute only indicator of your skill level. But like, not only were the games going bad, but like I had like just random people talking a lot of crap. Like, people, like, what's up with this? Lock down their demo lock. He's like 2700 in other specs. Like, why do we have a 2700 player in here? Whatever. I don't really care. But, I don't know, man. They just didn't go great yesterday. Hopefully today goes a bit better, and these videos are lighthearted. I give lots of useful information, and at the same time I can win some games. But if I don't, I'll still try to do the information part. Shame that they have a hard carry on their team, but it is what it is. I'll try to be the same, you know? Somebody grabbed the shield. That wasn't an orb carrier? Yep. Normally I wouldn't try to fight this guy, but healers? Do we have healers? Anyone? Any healers? Nope. I don't know where they were. Fleet Alliance? Nope. So orange will probably get on next if our DPS can kill anything. So I'm gonna head towards orange. We really shouldn't just be standing outside of mid DPS. All our DPS are over here. Their orbs are right here. That's part of the problem. 300 stacks on an orb carrier. He's like literally getting one shot. See this? Look at his health. If one more person was on him, he would have died. You know what we don't have on him? More than one DPS. Well, we have two, actually. We can see right here. But only one looks like it's hitting him, which was the Arcane Mage. I don't think our team's once gotten in mid to, like, try to control it. They're just sticking together outside of it. If you're gonna stick together, why not go in mid? Like, what is this hunter doing? Oh, it's a mage, I'm sorry. What is that mage doing? Orb carriers are over here. You're just on a random druid. Oh, okay, he was on an orb carrier. I take it back. Yeah, don't stand on the outside of the mid and then get picked off. You're better off just sitting behind here. If we don't control mid, there's no point in going in it. You'll just die. That's where their team's outside of it, so we should easily be killing them. Their healers are in mid, they're outside of mid. You know what I mean? So, like, the Warlock should be the first target, because he has twice as many stacks. So that was a weird portal placement.
It is too far away.
Come on, dude. Come on, boys. You can do more damage than the sprite guys? No, my team can't. 240 stacks, I'm the only person on them. This is why we're gonna lose. Our team can't figure out what to target. Like, they're just surrounding our orb carriers. You don't play defense for your guys. Let your healers heal. DPS needs to hard focus these guys, especially with two druids. They should walk up and one-shot people, and a hunter can rapid fire kill them. Dots will murder. Like, every single person on our team besides maybe the Boomkin and the Affliction Lock should be one-shotting orb carriers. It's that simple. Don't, dude, don't. You freaking stupid shaman. Okay, well, I'll just wait for the shaman to die. Because he's gonna take it and then be useless. Because he's not healing. Like, running around in Ghost Wolf form as a healer, you're screwing yourself. Like, it's pretty clear we're already gonna lose this. Which is fine. So I'm just trying to, like, explain what's happening and why we're gonna lose. And it's because you can have 360 stacks and our DPS isn't one-shotting you. Like, this hunter right here is this balanced druid. He almost one-shot him. He thought about it. He tried to root beam instead of just casting a hard-hitting spell. Like, these people just aren't targeting. There's one person on him. One. And two on a feral druid. And one on a warrior. And one on a hunter. They're not targeting correctly. So that's really why we're gonna lose. 100% why we're gonna lose. That and I haven't gotten healed once when I have the orb. It's also a problem. There's no reason for that. Our healers are like, hello? Priest? Hello? Heal me for more than... Oh, his heals just don't do anything. That's good to know. He literally doesn't have the gear to heal me. Not his fault, I suppose. I mean, kinda his fault, it's his character, but his heals hit like a freaking wet blanket. So we lose because you can get 510 stacks without getting hit. Like, straight up, he should get one shot. Like, the hunter is not doing his job. You can literally one-shot people. Like, you saw how fast I died. And how hard it was to heal me. Like, it's that hard. As a DPS. You go, hey, one shot. Hey, one shot. In any decent rated game, you would never see that happen. If their people are playing correctly. That's how easy it is. Your range should be, like, don't even target DPS. It's not an orb carrier if they have orbs. Just CC them and walk away. Trust your healers to keep you alive. Healers, please don't pick up if you're not also healing while you have an orb. You're not useful. Let a DPS pick it up. So it's that simple. It's not a hard concept. Yeah, you're just not going to win games if you don't do that. And as you can see, what happened there? We didn't win. Why? People didn't do that. It's that simple. Most of these battlegrounds, it's more about the objective than your damage. Very few are team fight based. The team fight based ones are like the domination ones, where it's Arathi Basin and like Deep Wind Ravine or whatever it's called, the 5 base ones, and of course the 3 base one. Those are team fight based. Your damage and healing really matter on those. Every single other one, it's about objectives. So, for instance, this one, what is this? This is Arathi Basin. So yeah, you have to win your team fights. If you have terrible damage, you're not going to win your team fights. And by team fights, I don't mean like all 7 people at one place. I mean very strictly like if it's a 3v3 at a base or a 1v1 at a base and you lose the 1v1, you're going to lose the base. You can't lose every fight. With the other ones, it doesn't really matter. Like, the one we were just playing, for example, it doesn't matter if you're losing the team fight, if you're picking up better than them, and you're targeting the orbs better than them. It doesn't matter. They can control mid, and you can still win because they're not peeling out of mid to pick up the orbs, and you literally can't keep people alive if you focus fire them. Like, it's impossible to heal through. So all you have to do is play the objective and you can still win. Now obviously if you're getting team wiped over and over and over again, that's a different story. But like 99% of the time, that's not how it works. Alright, so we're in a 1900 game now. What in the world? So this should play a little differently. Went from a 1400 game to a 1900 game. You can see how MMR is just absolutely not working as intended. This shouldn't be how queues work. This is why I lost a bunch of rating on my monk, is because I was getting 1800 games at like 2050 MMR. I personally should not be in a 1900 game at 1525 CR on this guy. There's just absolutely no way I should be in this. Now, I do know how to strat at this CR. Like, I know the strat, I know the plays, but that doesn't help that my skill level on this particular character probably is not 1900. And just for reference, that would put me at like number 6 or 7 on the leaderboard for Demon Hunter or Vengeance. Like, I don't think I'm on rank 6 Demon Hunter in North America. And the fact that no one's... Okay, somebody grabs tables, thank goodness. Okay, I got a healer coming with me. I thought I had to trinket there to block somebody from quick capping. I did not. Okay, this guy's popped his fade. Alright, fade's over. Okay, my throw didn't work. Cool. He popped his trinket. We got a trinket out of him. They capped it because no one spawned. Sweet, dude. We got a hunter here too. I trusted the hunter to... There's no point being here. I'm gonna probably die to dots. Having our ret sit instead of me is kind of stupid. Okay, we got one incoming. How did he horrify me through that? What? How does that work?
I need a target.
So it'd be great if we had some healers doing something, but I'm not sure why they keep going blacksmith. I guess they were still there from before. Okay, so here's what you want to do. Take the base away from the rogue, let him go ninja, farm, or lumber mill. Send the other rogue with him. There's no reason to be at blacksmith when their whole team's there. You're probably not gonna cap it on them. If you're smart, you spin bases so that you have enough time for reinforcements to come. See, maybe they can take farm, and while they're pulling team farm, a rogue would go hit one of the other bases. We have 2 rogues. We should have no problem winning this battleground. If they knew how to if they were good at 1v1ing, they would win this. They could win the game for us by 1v1ing and ninja capping. And all you have to do to ninja cap as a rogue is, first of all, if they don't have trinket, they're completely screwed. You can just sap cap. If they do have trinket, you sap, and then try to cap. And when they trinket out of it, you kidney them and try to cap. And if you mess that up, you can blind and cap. You have 3 moves which last long enough for you to cap the flag, basically. And even if none of those 3 methods can work, you can try to bait them away from the flag, and then you smoke bomb cap. Like, you have a lot of options to be able to cap. Another really sneaky method, I think I haven't actually tested this, but what you could do is, let's say there's more than one person there, you shadowy duel one, blind them, and then cap. That way you can't be targeted by anybody else in the meantime. There's just like a million ways to do it. This is like Rogue's best map. I mean, somebody should honestly be sitting for our Rogue so we can go ninja. I mean, just like as soon as we lost the spin blacksmith, which was partially my fault for not spinning, but I was assuming the hunter would cover me while I was trying to get their priest out of there, so he could kill something. Somebody should relieve our rogue. I don't think we can win with the 3 cap at this point. Turn around, rogue. Calling ink bind. Don't let them. Okay. Her rogue literally. I called ink bind and he literally didn't turn around in time. I had to say it twice, and by the time he paid attention, it was too late. And he's trying to see. Here's the problem: he's trying to 1v1 instead of ninja capping it back. He's not. You're not gonna 1v1 before it caps. You're just not. Rogue literally had one person assault that entire game and lost the base instantly. That's all. You can't do that as a rogue. You cannot have your eyes that shut, blinded. GG close, dude. We had 2 bases the entire time. We never once got 3 bases. It wasn't even close to close. That was as far away from close as it could get. I'm just taking the time to explain where every game is going wrong, because I don't really care about rating anymore. Let's just focus on educating as many people as we can on how to play the objectives smartly. I feel like that's a better use of my time, and it'll save me a lot of frustration. If we happen to go up, we happen to go up. But, I mean, based on RNG it tends to give me, I don't know if there's something in the algorithm where it takes, like, your MMR and mixes it with low MMR to create a sense of balance. That seems to be what it does, and if it does actually do that, well, that's absolutely ridiculous, because it puts too much pressure on good players. You can't make up for bad players, you just can't. It's nearly impossible. Okay, so, the #1 strategy I see for this battleground that I would recommend not doing is ignoring mid. You can't ignore mid, because if they get mid, they control everything. The flag is important, because it lets you dictate the flow of the game. You can cap when you have people positioned at the correct places, and that allows you for very easy double caps, and also to get the point lead even if you're only single capping a base. Now, another suggestion that's pretty popular is never to cap the flag. Not really an option for a variety of reasons. 1, they have a Death Knight that can death grip you into the flag. 2, if they have an augmentation evoker, they can, like, kind of carry you into the freaking flag. I've had that happen to me. I didn't even know they could do that, but it's a thing they can do. See? Stupid. The third reason you can't just turtle it is because you gain stacks, and you can get one shot, which will allow the other team to pick up, and then they dictate the flow of the game. So there's a variety of reasons where turtling is a bad idea, and also ignoring mid is a bad idea. So what you have to do is split your team into 3. You have a defense team, you have an offense team, you have a spin mid / capture mid team. That's pretty much what you have to do. Otherwise, you basically are throwing the game with a bad strategy. Now, when you have the flag, what you want to do is send one person to the bases you do not currently have, so they're ready when turnover happens to capture them. This will allow you to either double cap or ensure that you at least get the single cap and the point lead. Okay, it looks like I have at least one person going mid with me, and so it's a 2v1, 2v2. Okay, rooted somehow from nothing. Cool. Gotta keep my eye on that warlock. Hello? Stun lock, dude. Sure wish I wasn't getting stun locked.
I'm out of range.
I'm not gonna type to these people. Typing in game is also a fool's errand. You generally will not change anybody's mind. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Watch, they're about to cap the flag. So I'm just gonna give up that base and head to the next one. They have too many there. See? I captured the flag. Everybody who went to DR. So there's really no point in doing that. Hopefully there's no one close to me, and I'll get BT or MT for free here. Now, it would be great if people could come defend me, but it is what it is. Nope, I died. No one came MP. So this is how we're throwing the game right now. Is nobody went Blood Elf as soon as it turned. I was the only single person at MT. Our entire team is med with the flag, and now it doesn't matter. This is why I say you gotta split your team into threes. You gotta have one for each part. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So what happened? Exactly what I pretty much said. Nobody went mid. They focused too hard on offense and defense. The flag is really what controls the game. What happened there? They got the flag. They got one base. They turned it. They got both bases. You have to play a little bit ahead, basically. So they're going to turn it. They're probably going to cap it again. See? What did I say? I just said they're going to capture it. They captured it. We go to the freaking bases now. So if people were smart, they would already be heading there. But this dude's kind of too busy typing or something to get his ass over there. I mean, it's too late in the game, really, to turn it around anyways, for the most part. But we are doing the best we can. Like, people are just... They're getting in fights. Like, you shouldn't be fighting here. Never fight randomly. Unless you're literally stalling for the capture. But we already capped it, so there's really no point to fight here. Or there, rather. So right now we need to spin the freaking flag. It would be awesome. Got a good fear off there. But I'm gonna die instantly because we have no healer. We had one healer and he didn't heal. So we pretty much lost this game at this point. It's nearly impossible to recover. If they think capturing this flag with no one here to wait for the turnover and no one here to wait for the turnover is going to win the game, they're just wrong. Plus the Alliance has the flag anyways for Horde. Basically this is GG. I mean, the fact that 0 people are at FR is a bit of a problem. Especially when we have a sub-rogue. Sub-rogue should never be in the team fight. They should be ninjaing. There's one person on D. Why isn't he ninjaing? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go for the sneaky behind him cap. See if we can pull that off. Which is literally, I don't have any moves that let me ninja cap. Nah, he's already looking at me. I can see his target right down here. He already saw me moving. So, yeah, basically fighting DR and then losing it with that many people there, this team just isn't gonna win. They can't spin. They had no idea where to go. They couldn't get, they literally couldn't do a single part of the 3-step objective correctly. I guess it's a 3.5 step, because once I got MT, once I got FR, no one reinforced quickly enough. Our healer was, I have no idea where our healers were, but they weren't in the right spots. So this game was over in the first, I don't know, 30 seconds, just because of positioning, basically. That's okay. Like I said, I don't care about winning. I care more about explaining what's happening in these battlegrounds so people can have an understanding to, when they play them, of what you should do. And hopefully that'll bleed over into everyone having better games in the future. The more people that know what's going on, hopefully the more people will actually play correctly. Alright, we got a guild ass. So, depending on your team comp, there's really only two viable strategies. Win the team fight, or ninja cap. Um, we do not have anything that can easily ninja cap. We have no stealthies. So, really, we are banking on winning the team fight. Now, there's always the implied strategy of rushing Lighthouse instead of Waterworks to hopefully get that, if you can crush somebody. That's a pretty big gamble most of the time. If anything, if you're going to go that strategy, I would say send 2 or 3 people at most Lighthouse, and send the rest of the team Waterworks to spin. That keeps them from leaving, and it prevents them from really just leaving. And then hopefully your 2 or 3 people can crush the 1 person at Lighthouse fast enough and get the base. Now, if you're really 2000 IQ, you chain CC on the guy at Lighthouse, and then ninja cap it with a couple people. You just train your CC in a sequence, and then boom, you got it, no problem. Then you can kill him afterwards. The reason you don't want to go all Lighthouse and all Mines is because it's really hard to defend both. They're going to spawn here, which makes it hard to defend. And then they could easily, once they win Waterworks, just come and crush your mine, because it's a longer distance from here than it is to here. So you really, for our team in particular here, we want to win Waterworks. Now, if I were on their team, I would say send one balance. I would say set the Paladin, send one of the balances that's the better, whoever's better, to Waterworks and Stealth, and you can Cyclone cap, basically. You just Cyclone once for the trinket, wait for the DR, hopefully reinforcements don't come, Cyclone again, boom, you got the capture. Now, if it's a melee you're fighting, you can also just root them away from the flag and get a free cap. Things like that. So there are ways to get around it. Well, like, why are these people capping? Go away. That was, see, now they're gonna be late to the fight. Dude, go. Like, a DK should be in the team fight. They shouldn't be, like, what? Can I get the freaking... Thank you. Now, in addition with these, you generally don't want to stand on the flag, because then you can get sap capped. But since there's no road, we can pretty much stand on it, because we don't want to get rooted and not be able to spin it. But I have a ranged move, so it doesn't super matter. Okay, we already had one of our late arrivers get destroyed, which they died way too fast, and we have 0 deaths on the enemy team. So we're probably losing the team fight with that in mind, which means we probably already are losing the game. even though I know they haven't got waterworks yet, means our damage isn't doing it. Also, our devastation didn't pop heroism. Okay, so he's already dying again. He's still not using heroism. I believe that is an instance-wide buff in Battlegrounds, and he's still not using it, which is one of the most important spells he has at a team fight. Yeah, you should 100% be heroism. Heroism being bloodlusting. Explaining what's going on in all these games and where. Oh, there we go. They used it finally. Alright, let's see if we see something die here. Our entire team has heroism. We've done pretty much both healers still have mana. 4 people are targeting the Mistweaver, which is impressive. So we have 5 people, 6 people. It means everybody on the offense is not targeting this Mistweaver. He should be dying. Look at that. 6 people targeted him. He died. Impressive. See what happened when we used heroism? People started dying. Now with 1 healer only there, they should be able to start killing DPS. If they can't kill DPS, they're not focus firing, which we can tell they are not really doing. They're starting to focus fire this balance, which is good. And what's happening? His health is going down. He's not dying, but his health is going down. Soon this dude will res, there it is, and he'll be joining back, so they aren't killing things fast enough. Now our dragon died again. This tells us 2 things. He's either undergeared, or he has really bad positioning. I'm willing to bet he has really bad positioning. They also capped waterworks while our entire team was there, which tells us that our team isn't paying attention to the flag. You have to always make sure that it puts glowing circles around it when it's being capped. If you see those, you have to use an AoE or to specifically target whoever's capturing it. Otherwise, you're pretty much just throwing the game. It doesn't matter what your team fight skills are if they just cap and spin it. But as far as I could tell, our team just doesn't have the DPS to kill people. I don't know if they're not using interrupts or what they're doing. I can't really check that at the moment till the game's over. But I'm willing to bet we just don't have the damage. If I pop open the damage right now, you guys can see I haven't opened it. I'm willing to bet they have the higher damage. By about a lot. Third. I'm probably going to release this, even though this is like my 7th Demon Hunter video, as my 2nd, because this will be the first time I'm basically just focusing on explaining what's going on in these battlegrounds, why we're like pretty much what's going on in these battlegrounds. I think that's probably how I'm gonna focus my videos going forward. There'll be a lot I have recorded that'll come out after this, or yeah, after this one that aren't doing that. But going forward with my recording, this is how they'll be structured. So let me know down in the comments if you prefer this or you just want to see me play the game. I think this is more useful and will make for better videos, so. And it keeps me from getting frustrated and tilting and then start raging in the video. I don't think that's that makes for very quality content. And lately, these games have been more and more frustrating the more I play. So, I think I need to pivot a little bit and maybe change them all to this style. So please let me know if you prefer this or prefer my previous videos more. I think this is the smarter way to do it, in my opinion. So I'd love to hear from you guys and what you think and what you like to see. And we can just see here what the issue is right here. So these are our healers. We have a Demon Hunter barely doing more than our healers. Gotta check the flag. And then the majority of our team is doing roughly almost 40%, 30 to 40% of the damage their team is. So we just do, our DPS just basically isn't as good. And like I was saying before, this is one of those maps where your damage actually does matter a lot. If you can't play your class well, it's going to show up in these domination maps. They keep killing the Mistweaver, which again tells us that he's not positioning himself right. Because he's the only person dying. Literally the only person they've killed on the enemy team is the Mistweaver, which is telling us that he has very poor positioning or defensive abilities use. That's basically exactly what that means. Yeah, it looks like he's just dying way too quickly. He shouldn't be dying that fast. It's at 1200 points, it's too late to cap, even with 2 bases. Like, you just lose, even if they have 1. So this game was over as soon as they captured Waterworks, basically, based on our team's ability to teamfight. So this has pretty much been my experience lately in Battlegrounds. There was nothing for me to do to make a difference in these Battlegrounds. There's nothing I could have done. It's just RNG with who you get on your team and if they know how to play the objective on depending on the map, or if they know how to play their class. Of course, both always help, but it's rare to get somebody who's both good at their class, knows every battleground and the strategies. It's much easier to ask for one or the other, which is really all I'm looking for half the time. Also, listen to people in chat if they know what they're talking about, which I know it's hard to decipher, but basically it comes down to just logic and analyzing how the battleground works. I think we all know how the battlegrounds work, so if you just apply logic to what people are saying and how it actually works, you can generally figure out if their strategy is good or not. And of course, some of these strategies do change based on the team comp. Like I was saying, if they do or don't have rogues, you need to play differently. Or stealthies in general. Ferals or boomkins, whatever. Okay, so this is another one of those domination maps. If we can't win team fights, or you can't win 1v1s or an ninja cap, we're simply not going to win. So really what should happen here is our combat rogue and our boomy, yes, they're useful in teamfight, but they can easily ninja cap. Easily. So we should be utilizing them for that, while I sit, and maybe the warlock actually. And then the rest of the team spends. You'd have you'd have a 4v6 in the team fight, which is, you're probably not going to win, but you should be able to survive just the same. And then your 2 stealthies go off in ninja cap, while 2 people defend. And then after you get 3, you leave the team fight mid, you scatter like roaches, and you go to where you float, which means you stand like right here, and right here, or right here, and right here, depending on what what bases you end up getting. And you go to where you're needed. So we went from 1900 games to back to 1400, and I've lost about 50 points making this video. This has pretty much been my experience playing the past couple days. It's just been going, I've been on like a 30 game loss streak no matter what character I play. It's just been across the board. People, again, trying their best to call strategies, but that strategy isn't bad. It's not as good as the one I called, based on our team composition. Now, if we didn't have these 2 stealthies that could easily ninja cap, his would be correct. Let's say we had another warrior and maybe a DK, he would be 100% correct. But your comp changes what you should do. Okay, so I called out that the rogue was going to ruins. This demon hunter should be paying attention to chat, should be wary of a rogue, and shouldn't lose it. He should use his fell sight, which is this move, to spot the rogue from like 40 yards away. You can also grab that little black diamond thing and notice it. Now, if you'll see here, we got 3 bases. Somebody ninja capped, or rogue did. So we should immediately leave fight at mid and go defend these. Now, like I was saying, before this game even started, we have 3 bases. We should not continue this fight at mid. There's no point. People should start peeling out to where they are needed. Our Demon Hunter has engaged the Rogue. If he loses that 1v1, which he did not, the Rogue died, that would have been bad. It's just too risky. Again, spinning mid right now is not the move. But, I mean, it's a 1400 game, so I'm not really expecting this level of gameplay that I'm describing to the viewers right now. But if you bring this kind of stuff into your games, you have a much higher chance of affecting the outcome of the game. Just throwing that out there. Rogue is in mid. Sub-rogue should never be in mid. Never have a sub-rogue in the team fight. They're not useful that way. He should be trying to ninja cap on one of us. The heck? Boomkins can go flappy flap? Good play. So we lost ruins because we didn't reinforce ruins. That was very not smart. Or Shrine, I'm sorry, I misspoke. That was not smart of us. So they're saying we have 2 at ruins. We should go to ruins. People, again, should not be in market right now. Also, make sure you keep an eye on the flag till it actually caps. Now is not the time to leave mid, because if they get 3, they can still catch up until we're at about 1200 points. So now we're forced to keep spinning mid. Like, what I'm saying is, everything I'm saying, it's going to be hard to argue with, because it's, like, now, again, we should leave. Okay, now we got market, actually, so we should not leave it.
It's still a fight. I'm out of range.
Actually doing a really good job just living here, considering there's 4 people. Nobody's at market though. Looks like they don't have anybody mark it though, so I should be able to get there. Yeah, see, now I'm spending market. Okay, well, I ninja capped it on me. There's nothing I can do about that. Doesn't have trinket. Fear lasted longer than...
It is too far away.
Good thing somebody actually listened to my call and came to back it up. Amount of fears, dude.
I'm out of range. It is too far away. I don't have a target.
Okay, so we pretty much win at this point. We just gotta keep like 2. I guess I'll sit here and do this since we...
I'm out of range.
I love how they have like endless fortifies. That's crazy. This is a destruction model. It's not even helping, that's the funny part. It's just getting smacked. So, what I will compliment on our team on is they were winning when they were outnumbered at mid, and they had pretty good responses to incomings. At least they were at the chat and appeared a couple of the times. I got a whole 9 points for that win, and we were losing anywhere from 10 to 14 per loss, even when we were fighting 1900 games. So, again, Blizzard rating is totally messed up right now. I'm not sure what's going on with that, which is another reason why I decided not to care about rating. Alright, so we got another Eye of the Storm. Let's see what people do this time in comparison. I've already covered what to do in this battleground. We'll analyze what they're doing, if it's correct, and why we are losing or winning. That's pretty much what we're gonna do. If we get into a new battleground and a video we haven't covered in that video, we'll talk about the general strategy. And if it's a duplicate, we'll just talking about what's going wrong and why, or what's going right and why, depending on if we win or lose. So we are now at like a 1575 average game. Honestly, I don't think 2 Shadow Priests is ever very good. I might be wrong on that. It's just been my experience. There are some classes you can have duplicates of, and it hits really, it works nicely. Like if you're going a rot comp, you'd want a Shadow Priest, a couple Affliction locks, maybe like 2, and a Boomkin would be really nice. Okay. So dude asked a valid question. What are we doing, mid or split sides? I said both. He said okay, and then somebody else said, uh, just ignore mid. Again, this ignore mid thing is not smart. We have tanks in the game. I'm not sure if he realizes that. If they send 2 mid, I'm gonna back this guy up. Looks like they are sending 3 mid. So, I mean, but we only have 1 DPS at FR, so I guess I'll go help him. Now we have a DPS and a healer at FR, so I don't need to be there. And it looks like nobody actually went for the side bases. Which is no bueno. So let's see if we can do something useful here. Let's grab this guy and throw him way back. So what this does is it takes him away from his healers, hopefully.
I need to get closer. He's too far away.
Missed the enter up there, that's totally on me. We're just spinning. We got 4 people here, there's no reason we can't spin as a demon hunter for a pretty decent amount of time, unless I just get nuked. But with the healer here, I shouldn't be getting nuked anytime soon. So we're just gonna keep spinning. Trying to get interrupts when we can, if we see them. I'm also just getting fear bombs, so it's a bit of a pain. I'm also stuck inside rocks from that fear. I literally can't move. Cool. Okay, there we go. That got me up. Got the interrupt that time. Make sure we are spinning. We're scaffing it. So ideally somebody would be ninjaing, but you know, you can only do what you can do. What the? I don't know who's doing it. Stop it. Got the interrupt again. Let's do a big fear here. So this is just a spin fest. They actually have the lead on us in points. They capped the base quicker than we did. So we really need to take the flag or take a base at some point or else we lose. Maybe somebody's actually trying to do that. Not quite sure.
I need to I'm
So
out.
we should... I got that other dude out of here, so we should really be going for this priest right now. Get back. Got a silence. Oh, silence.
I'm out.
Got that one off.
It is too far away.
Let's do a big fear on silence on the priest here. He could go down right here. He did end up going down right there, so we're gonna focus on this next one now. He's looking a little nervous. So he goes to spinning the flag. It's also getting a bit not quite there.
I'm out of range.
I got the capture actually. So luckily they didn't spin. I got the ninja off, and we should win this as soon as I cap.